He already know what it is. Shouts out to everybody for the Government Podcast. We are back.
Bringing it back, so cold with the flows when I spit it on tracks. Writing hardcore lyrics, gotta put it on wax. We can't tell lies, we be spitting the facts. Most rappers is trash and they do it for cash. I do it for the love with this lyrical blast. Going fast like flash when I'm whipping your ass. Let me slow it down quick, this a blast from the class. Underground flows with an old school vibe. I took head to the beat, never remember the rhyme. Real music, you can hear it, you can never deny. Corporate came and joined the act when we be keeping it live. From Detroit to Savannah, let the whole world see. Midwest, Southern soul, make the people believe. Spitting revolution lyrics so my people be free. Throw your hands in the air, you can roll it with me. Underground sound, it goes down in Motown. 15 your time, smoke a pound, we smoke crowns. Cold sound, everybody know what goes down. Underground sound, yeah, we bringing it back now. Tell them, Jay.
Y'all already know. They took away your mind, Ranch. Had to give you your mind back, Grace. I know it's been a minute.
Back to the underground. Back to the underground.
Hope you're doing cool.
Back to the underground. Back to where it comes from. Back to the underground. Where it comes from.
That's what's up, Jordan. Hill on up. And most importantly, get that money. Wink, wink. And shout out to the JBJ Network.
Spinning magic just like a paladin. Yeah, we gotta win. The underground is back again.
For the ancestors.
It's time to take it back again. Spinning magic just like a paladin. Yeah, we gotta win. For my ancestors. This that underground sound. This that underground sound.
Shouts out to everybody.
This that underground sound.
For the Government Podcast.
It's time to take it back now.
We in episode 60.
This that underground sound.
What?
This that underground sound. This that underground sound. It's time to take it back now.
Shouts out to everybody.
Underground sound.
Shouts out to Jordan. This me and Jordan track.
This that underground sound.
You already know what it is. It's time to bring it back now. Hey.
This that underground sound. This that underground sound. This that underground sound.
Yo,
It's time to take it back now.
salute Jordan.
Where we going now? Where we going now? Where we going now?
I will start off on some hardcore shit, but Jordan popped up in the chat, so you know we gotta play our jam. You know we gotta play our
Where
jam.
we going now?
The Empire.
Going up to the White House, start a revolution. Formulate the intrusion, and then we get the shooting. Then we looting everything up in the fucking building. Do it with the four foes, leaving your heads missing. Fans bitching, cause they know I made it out alive. Prophesied, I'm sending souls to the other side. Sitting high, smoking weed, sipping, feeling fine. Got another mission to do, go hop in the ride. From the vibe to a black site and eliminate. Got the phone time, weapon make you disintegrate. Integrate through the mainframe.
Much love to my God is Vonta.
Yes, we made it out without a trace. Gotta say, it is time for us to operate. Stop the hate.
You my new K correspondent.
Gotta slay every enemy standing in my way. Slow motion, expose the bleach as I walk away.
Where we going now? 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 Where we going now?
Fuck the separatists, we can settle this, no disparaging. Fuck your arrogance. I'm the new domestic terrorist. Got a gun, I'm my arrow. This ain't your parents, bitch.
She might be making a coffee right now. Grab that coffee,
man. I'm dressing like a Samaritan, sneaking through the crowd, Assassin's Creed. Are you prepared for this? With the kid in place, I be quick, then I walk away. Then I came to the rooftop and smoke a J. Now the bigger blade came here to decapitate. If you working for the government, sing it Saturday fate. All you niggas fake. All you do is fucking hate. Drop your ass in my dimension, you will not escape. Time to case to a mission and go and case a place. Break your face and drive away, yo, they in the state. It's a getaway, never gonna put the blick away. On my way to a place I have to shit today.
Yeah, we snapped on this one, bro.
We are in control. It's time to lock and load. At the mission control.
Let's tell them.
Tell me where do we go? Where do we go?
Hey.
Lock and load. Let them bullets go.
Fucking government. Bring that beat back. Going.
Tell me,
where do we go?
Hit him with it. Hey. Fuck the government. You're on the dance floor.
Lonzo on the bass, so you know the bitch bang, 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 bang.
nothing like a funky feeling.
Hey.
Nothing like a funky feeling.
Salute Jordan. You know we killed this one. This is where it all started. At the party.
Headed to the club with the crew. What we gon' do? Pull a nice chick, get her loose. Throwing off the goose and the juice. We hang like a noose. The party going down on the roof. Baby, drop it low to the dance floor. Baby, look at this baby, I won't let go. Baby, look at my eyes and say you want a boss.
Salute Grace.
Who you want now?
Yeah, salute to the JBJ Network. I'm from the Norm, everybody.
What do you say? Hurricane and Jordan gon' put it on ya. From Detroit
You
straight
dope.
down to Georgia. We pop it to 6 in the morning. This be so cold, let's keep it going. Knock it out the park with these cold moves. Yo, Jay, you telling them what we gon' do. Hit them with that old school.
Nothing like a funky feeling.
Live it up, live it up.
Nothing like a funky
Shouts out to the coldest collaboration ever. Hurricane and Jordan Knocking Frequency.
feeling.
Bringing the funk back.
Funky feeling.
Y'all ready?
Yeah, time to live it up, girl. About to give it up. Tell the fine girl, put the drink in the bigger cup. Fill it up to the brim, girl. About to drink it up. Now they on the dance floor, yeah, baby, live it up. Sucker for the bitches up when I'm ripping them, spitting for the river, rip on the Philly. I know they dig it. Now just head back to the bar and get some more. Lick the phone, this system, girl. You wanna smoke on the boat, smoking gelato, sipping Moscato from the bottle. This girl 20 more than the model. Body ever got it, just being out and smoking exotic. Baby, body go up and down like it's hydraulics on the dance floor. We get lit, pop lock on the road by. You can even do the splits, so smooth and with these cold moves. Jay, tell them what we gon' do. Hit them with that old school.
Nothing like a funky feeling.
Live it up, live it up.
Nothing like a funky feeling.
Hey.
Nothing like a funky feeling. Nothing like a funky feeling.
Y'all ready?
Throw your hands up in the sky. Yeah, forget about your troubles and your 9 to 5. Throw your hands up in the sky. Forget about your troubles and your 9 to 5. Throw your hands up in the sky. Forget about your troubles and your 9 to 5. Throw your hands up in the sky. Forget about your troubles and your 9 to 5. Let the beat ride.
Hey. What y'all know about that? Yeah, we taking it back to the funk era.
Let the beat ride.
Slide, slide, slip in the slide. Then forget about the troubles and your 9 to 5. Slide, slide, slip in the slide. Forget Get about the jumpers and get down
Take 'em home,
spot.
Jay.
Hey. The entire. Hit no with the time for a worldwide exclusive. We're gonna play these new tracks. You know what I'm saying? I just dropped a new track yesterday and the day before. So we're gonna start off with this one first, the Rebel Interlude, then go off into the Rebel Messiah. I still don't got a name for the new project yet, and it's fucking crazy. I'm up to 11 songs, and I still don't have a name for the album. But I got a Rebel Interlude, and I got the Rebel Messiah. You know, so I think I might call it the Rebel Messiah album. Who knows? Or just the Rebel album. I'm not sure. But Rebel Messiah sound pretty cool. And it's a play on they trying to bring in they fake Messiah with this goddamn war. They was like, they had the nerve. They had the nerve. They now look, I'm not a Christian no more. But even I find this disrespectful. For them saying that Trump was called by God to bring in the coming of Christ. Now, anybody that's a Christian that understands the word or loves the word with all their heart and soul should know that what they said about Trump being called by God to bring in the second coming of Christ, y'all should be disturbed. Y'all should be disturbed. Like, you know, like real shit. That'll make a Christian join my revolution. Be like, yo, dog, I know you saying fuck the government, and I know you don't believe in Christianity no more, but goddamn, I gotta fuck with you when it comes to this revolution. These motherfuckers said that Trump was called by God, and this motherfucker's committing genocide. So which God are they talking about? For real, for real. That'll turn any Christian radical like, oh, fuck this. They gonna go pray and be like, yo, God, did you really choose Trump? You don't hear no answer. You join the revolution. But anyway, but that's what's going on. But yeah, we gonna play this these rebel tracks and we gonna get off into the news. Shit, I got 3 new tracks. Like, get ready for the new track coming soon. Me and Charles and Sir Drop. Charles is thinking about just making me and him do the track, and then Drop will come later for a remix. I was like, yo, just do everything in divine timing. Just follow your heart. And Diet Coke. Say have a contest to see if someone comes up with the name. You're like, I would, but I don't have no money to give to nobody. Like I'm talking about, like, I would love to throw a contest, but like I would want to, 1, have a shitload of money to give away and play with, and 2, like everybody got to have a Cash App or a Venmo. Or just like send me an address through the email and I'll shoot you a money order. Shoot you a Western Union money order. But it's like Jordan said, it's like it's gonna be in divine time and it's gonna come to me. But it's leaning towards Rebel though. Because like my possible names was called, was going to be Rebel Messiah, because I was like, shit, I got a Rebel Interlude to go into the Rebel Messiah. So I was like, and I got a track called Life of a Rebel. So if my songs is kind of leaning towards a rebel shit, I might have to go the Rebel route. It's either called, I might call it the Rebellion album or the Rebel Messiah album, just to shoot a shot at the powers that shouldn't be, because they afraid of the Black Messiah in the COINTEL Profiles. They said it, not me. They said a man will rise from poverty, gather the people, and take down the government. They said that. They typed and wrote down Black Messiah. And why would that shit even fucking happen? Because y'all pushed all of our backs against the wall. But me personally, I say this humbly. I'm just one of many. I'm not the only person that's thinking like this. I'm not the only person that's thinking like this. I'm not the only person that's being blocked, deleted, demonetized, and shadow banned. There's more people out there like me. But I wish I can find them so we can click up. But two, the ones that is doing it, you know, the ones that I have came across, I'm seeing more females talk like me than men, which is like one is a turn on for a chick to be like, fuck the government, kill them all. I love that. But but they also saying it with no fear. You know what I'm saying? Now, when it comes to fellas that I see talking about this shit, it's more like they're trying to stay monetized. You know, like, I don't want to say this, I don't want to say that. Fuck that. Sorry. This is Fuck the Government Podcast, episode 60. Yo, it's like you gotta just say fuck that. It's like you play the game, you play by the rules, and you still get fucked. Fuck the rules. Fuck the rules. Them motherfuckers got rid of my channel. When they gave me my channel back 4 weeks later, right after I motherfucking blew up my second channel. Well, I mean, not blow up my second channel, but fill my second channel with motherfucking videos and shit. Then they give it back to me. I guess they probably thought I was gonna give up. I was like, no, bitch. I bitch for about 2 days and then start my shit. You know what I'm saying? I could be mad at bitch for 2 days and they got rid of my channel for no fucking reason. Harassment and cyberbullying. Harassment and cyberbullying. So the government that got all the power, all the money, and all the guns, y'all feel that y'all bullied by me. Bitch, please. That's a goddamn lie. Y'all motherfucking get rid of people's channels over the craziest shit. This is how I know that the AI is watching it. And if there's anybody sitting behind those goddamn computers, you a fucking faggot. Because there's women that have channels and they're fucked with for nudity. Like, this bitch got clothes on. Good music in the background. Chill, lofty shit. But no. Y'all get rid of that. Y'all get rid of gamers channels. Y'all get rid of channels where people are being objective. Y'all getting rid of people's channels and just calling this cyberbullying or motherfucker harassment. Or if y'all see a bitch with her skin showing, like maybe like a belly button or some shoulder, it's nudity. Like, get the fuck out of here. Y'all some fucking faggots. But Neil Mohan said it. He was like, here's how to combat the motherfucking AI slop. It's more AI. And plus, he don't care about the community guidelines being changed because he changing them to motherfucking keep us, or let's just say compliant with what's going on. Man, fuck the bullshit. I can't wait to leave YouTube. Like I said, I'm putting all my music out here, all this info out here, then I'm out. I'll come back maybe once, twice a week, probably, just to post some shit and do whatever, go live, put a nice panel together, and then try to still give the news. You know what I'm saying, man? But like, it's time for me to rest. It's time for me to rest. And when I come back, the revolution will begin because I know for a fact ain't nobody gonna motherfucking start it. So I know it's gonna be me. All blacked up, trench coat with the eye patch. And ain't nothing wrong with my eye. I'm just wearing it because it's cool. Salute D Shep. Well, yeah, let's get off into it. I think I might call it Rebel Messiah or the Rebel album or the Rebel MC. You know what I'm saying? And then go off into my final projects. Revenge and Retribution, Manifesto 1 and 2, and The Last Words 1 and 2. So after this album, I got 6 more albums. It's going to be like 2 album projects. I'm going to try to take my time, but if I can, I can't. I don't even know how many songs I'm going to have on this shit. Like, I'm already up to 11. I'm already up to 11. You know, Rebel Don't Die. I like that, but Rebels Don't Die. I feel more of it being a song. I feel that more being a song, which will lead to the shit be calling the fucking Rebel album, like or the Rebellion album. You know what? I might call it the Rebellion album. I might, because the next albums after this is going to be called Revenge and Retribution. So like it's another R words. So Rebellion, Revenge, Retribution. Yeah, but like, or the Rebel MC or the Rebel Messiah. I want to do the Rebel Messiah just to motherfucking say fuck the FBI with they counterintelligence program files and shit. Because they afraid of a black Messiah, but if I say Rebel Messiah, it kind of throw motherfuckers off a little bit, man. But like a motherfucker know. Like if you know, you know. If you know, you know. Shout out to Jordan. You already know. They words, they afraid. They afraid. You know what I'm saying? It's the Rebellion album. Yeah. So it's a toss up. Either the Rebellion album or the Rebel Messiah. Or the Rebel MC. But I think there's an artist out there from back in the day have an album called the Rebel MC. I don't want to take that. I want to try to do something on my own, do something unique and creative. And most motherfuckers have Rebellion or Rebel or Revolution because that shit isn't marketable. Like once you see the cover, you automatically know, oh shit, this is gonna be political and conscious. I don't think I'm ready for this. Pussy. Anyway, let's get to it. Rebel interlude.
Let go. I've been meditating, still was shot to work. There's this hating haters, mad that's a baby. What is your form of mating? I don't got $1 billion, I don't got $1 billion hoes, big houses, all the cars. Guess you're jealous of my soul. I don't have it to the paradigm. Government be telling lies. Got the drinking, going by. Chemtrails in the sky, taking boats in the school. What the fuck you gonna do? Go against the government. Yeah, I'm breaking all the rules. All the tools I'm loading up. Like these motherfuckers up. Take down the enemy. Throw their bodies in the dump. Y'all will never finish us. Too many rebels, bruh. Y'all better level up. Blow it up your area. Now you say they're scared of us. So me. Weed in the dust, shoot the cops in the dust, leave haters in the dust. On another mission, bruh. About to have to get the trust, give the money back to us, destroy all our enemies, raiding facilities. Time for a fuck the seas, fuck the schools and the priests. I learned more, that's a dropout, bitch. Haters wanna talk shit, here's a roundhouse kick. Pop a crisp in the blick, blast everybody quick. Fuck the government in Israel, them bitches ain't shit. Forget about the gangsters, kill them cause I'm anxious. Corporations burn down cause I am dangerous. Rebel till I die, put my guns in the sky. I'm a rebel till I die, put my guns in the sky. I'm a rebel till I die, put my guns in the sky. I'm a rebel till I die, put my guns in the sky. I'm a rebel till I die, put my guns in the sky. I'm a rebel till I die, put my guns in the sky. I'm a rebel till I die, put my guns in the sky. I'm a rebel till I die, put my guns in the sky. I'm a rebel till I die, put my guns in the sky. I'm a rebel till I die, put my guns in the sky. I'm a rebel till I die, put my guns in the sky. I'm a rebel till I die, put my guns in the sky.
It's that motherfucking guitar, yo, Vonta. You're right, baby. It's that guitar. This turned to a summer hit, like it's that tropical beat. Like, hey, I should have been talking about walking with chicks and sipping and smoking on the beach. To that beat. No, but what I felt when I did that track, it was like, like with a nice harder tone. But like I wanted to just be laid back with some revolutionary shit on this bitch because the beat's so cold. You gotta be laid back with it. You know what I'm saying? I try to compliment the beat. You know what I'm saying? We have enough music for a lifetime. Real talk, yes, we do. We got enough music for a lifetime because you know why? We still making it. We still making it. I feel I haven't said enough yet. I still got more to do. Like once I get to the Revenge and Retribution, or fuck it, like when I get to the manifesto, or fuck it when I get to the last words, I'm still implementing my little like my spiritual talk, you know what I'm saying, in my lyrics. I'm trying to, it's like it ain't gonna be this one. It might be probably the next one, probably might be the Retribution one. But like I'm trying to have metaphysical, spiritual tracks together too, and thanks to Low Key, you know what I'm saying, like it let me know that I was ready to, to start putting it out. I already kind of like wrote a little bit here and there, but for Low Key saying, yo, I'm rapping like this, talking about this, like, damn, like this is on the motherfucking shit that I'm secretly training on. So I'm like, you know what? Let's bring it on out and let's see how it flow. And that Proud of You song with Low Key and the I Am with Low Key, that's like that's my what we like to call in the background metaphysical drill shit. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Low Key. And Sean and shit. We was talking behind the scenes and shit. It was like, nigga, some metaphysical drill shit right here. And we making this shit up. Ain't nobody saying that nigga metaphysical drill. What? This is metaphysical drill. But this is the new track, Rebel Messiah. New exclusives.
So sticky, four weapons with my attention. Cold with it, cold source for new dimensions. True precision, headshot, brain shit, ain't slipping. God out of the blaze dipping. So terrific, mixed spirit and hood lyrics. And the revolution, so the hood feel it. Can you dig it? Like Cyrus from the Warriors. Alchemical flows, magic like a sorcerer. Did the shadow work to see the metamorphosis. All blacked up, I'm kicking ass like Morpheus. From the Matrix, I destroyed the whole system. True anomaly. I bring the cataclysm. Braggadocious bars I kill with no regard. For the damn law, they all are gonna fall. I ain't scared, bitch, I'm a rebel without a cause. Evil billionaires say, yeah, they gonna fall. Time to look within and unlock all the courage. Take down the government, they don't want us to flourish. Revolution here, I got you haters nervous. Rebel Messiah, hell yeah, I carry the verdict. Time to look within and unlock all the courage. Take down the government, they don't want us to flourish. Revolution here, I got you haters nervous.
Gotta do a collabo album.
Yeah, I carry the burden. So gifted, bring presence to your existence. In one sentence, can destroy your whole business. I'm unforgiving, so fuck your repentance. Decision, chop you up, now he's missing. Trying to stay balanced, I'm leaning over the edge. Trying to get all these voices out of my head. Feeling like Randy Orton, I am the Viper. Shooting out venomous bullets, I am the sniper. In the parabellum, destroy your cerebellum. Demolition, tight flows, you must expect it. Mercy in my dojo, hell no, that's a no-no. Slash it with my sword and call me King Yamamoto. Follow the path just like Miyamoto. I am the warrior, just hearing it in my photo. Fire in my words, scorching your fucking soul, bro. Coming through solo, people thinking I'm loco. Time to look within and unlock all the courage. Take down the government, they don't want us to furnish. Revolution here, I got you haters nervous. Rebel Messiah, hell yeah, I carry the burden. Time to look within and unlock all the courage. Take down the government, they don't want us to furnish. Revolution here, I got you haters nervous. Rebel Messiah, hell yeah, I carry the burden. Time to look within and unlock all the courage. Take down the government, they don't want us to furnish. Revolution here, I got you
John from the hood, what up, dog?
Messiah, hell yeah, I carry carry the burden. Time to look within and unlock all the courage. Take down the government, they don't want us to flourish. Revolution here, I got you, haters nervous. Grab a Messiah, hell yeah, carry the burden.
Another new exclusive. That's good. Shout out to my homeboy from the hood, Mr. Gamble.
Let's go. Lifestyle of a rebel.
It's like a third Rebel song, yeah.
Been the growth and development. See me in my element. For the government, people need to form a severance. Fans acting devilish, propaganda messages. Trying to break us down, we on the edge of the precipice. Subjects and the predicates, time to use the weapon quick. Going all out, saying fuck proper etiquette. No more diplomacy, y'all niggas slow to me. Time to fight the government, if you scared, don't get close to me. This is for the warriors, breaking down the barriers. Hacking everything, sending bombs to your areas. Some act vicarious, but you gotta load up. Stroll to the Capitol, the bitch getting blowed up. Smoke a whole O up, yeah we gotta float up. Load up the Glock, shoot the cop if they show up. Y'all better know us, it's the revolution. Y'all better get used to it. Lifestyle of a rebel, fuck the rich and famous. Revolution here, yeah we about to make some changes. Life of a rebel, walking with the stainless. Haters talk shit, about to leave them niggas brainless. Life of a rebel, fuck the rich and famous. Revolution here, yeah we about to make some changes. Life of a rebel, walking with the stainless. Haters talk shit, about to leave them niggas brainless. Strike up the lighter, spark up my blood, got my sniper. About to make the fans shit they diapers. Bullets leave an echo, busting at a geriatric pedo. You fall down, leaking from your neck hole. Time to make a statement, I'ma shoot the smile off their faces. Cause the motherfuckers is the sadists, y'all better face it. This is the real great replacement. Eradicate the evil from the nation. Got the world shaking, they thought I wasn't gonna awaken to my own power and my greatness. Now you niggas chop you up and leave you in the basement. Your fans gonna need the replacement. This is my La Raza. You would get no ends in mi casa. Blowing up buildings with the launcher like a Hura monster. I'm the rise lord, but I stomp you. The government, the real evil monster. Lifestyles of a rebel, fuck the rich and famous. Revolution here, yeah we about to make some changes. Life of a rebel, walking with the stainless. Haters talk shit, about to leave them niggas brainless. Life of a rebel, fuck the rich and famous. Revolution here, yeah we about to make some changes. Life of a rebel, walking with the stainless. Haters talk shit, about to leave them niggas brainless.
Hey, it's time to get the Fuck the Government podcast started. Episode 60. You already know. Shouts out to my UK correspondent Vanta over there in the UK. It's 6:45 over there in the UK, going on 7. Hope the coffee is good, lovely.
Hi, I'm
We're going to
Amelia.
the UK.
I'm English, and I love England. I like having fish and chips and a pint at the local pub. I like Shakespeare and Dickens, Tolkien and Lewis, Harry Potter. I like pork sausage and dogs and fashion. Haram! Haram! But I don't like that. Brits are famously polite, but it mustn't mean we're willing to commit cultural suicide. Our institutions, the Church of England, the BBC, are a bunch of queers and nonces.
Bloody nice.
How the bloody hell did we go from Churchill to you git? Sadiq Khan, the mayor? This is London, mate, not Afghanistan. Or Star Wars.
I'll get it back.
Our government won't even protect our schoolgirls from grooming gangs. Sod off, wankers! The police won't help. They're too busy confiscating garden tools and suppressing.
That's right, miss. What have I done, officer? You've tweeted rudely, and you're under arrest.
Curry is fine, but we have several recipes already. There are 50 Islamic nations in the world. Muslims don't need to be on our island. They want to conquer it. The government says it must be this way. Doesn't make it right, does it, Robin Hood?
No, my lady.
These dragons that threaten our England won't go away unless brave knights rise up to slay them. Or did all the British bloodlines with any bollocks get killed off in World Wars I and II? Englishmen, it's your country and it's being taken from you. Chav, posh? Doesn't matter. We're already all in this together. I don't want this to be the future of the women of England, and I'm sure the women of Iran and Afghanistan didn't want it either. Your ancestors beat the Spanish Armada, Napoleon, and the Nazis. Surely you can handle welfare tourists. History will record what you do or don't do. Get cracking, lads. Love, Amelia.
Let's go to the UK.
You got to look in astonishment at the general job that is being done. I know it kind of fits. It's like that. Things are happening, but how real is the story behind it all happening? And of course, we know all that, but playing along with the narrative a wee bit, if you were to look at the charisma of the people in charge, let's focus on the main dude, Starmer. You have to look in astonishment at what's been happening. The achievements like remember that special relationship they've always talked about over the decades, special relationship between the US and the UK, proper chums, yeah. Well,
the United Kingdom was founded by geniuses, but at the moment it's being run by idiots. I'm not a big fan of the Prime Minister Starmer. Now he says you can use our bases. Thank you very much. It's a little late. We don't need you. He also is trying to give President Trump advice about how to conduct the war. That's a little bit like seeking the advice of a nun about sex.
Yeah, special relationship out the window. Now, in regards to us UK peeps, as citizens in the UK, thank goodness, when it comes to national renewal, he's working hard. He's working on it. In fact, the footage that Starmer's putting out on his social media just clarifies how hard he's working for you.
Get the fuck out of here.
Work these videos that will okay, no need to question anyone. Just get on social media, watch these videos that will clarify it all for you, okay? Appealing to the 16-year-olds who will soon be able to vote. It's just little things, isn't it? Like the reason why things like trust in the state and people who are meant to be steering the ship are at all-time lows. When it comes to things like being promised that bills wouldn't go up for working people, like council tax. Have you had your council tax increase? It's almost like, before they get into the office, while they're in the office, it's almost like they don't always tell you the truth, isn't it?
There's a lot of people losing trust, but they already lost trust with the fucking government and parliament over there in the UK. It's a lot of crazy shit. A lot of crazy shit going on over there. I'm glad you say, Vonta. I think we got one more in the UK.
In relation to there have been many solutions discussed in relation to the petrol. We're calling it the petrol crisis now, I think. Specifically, the fuel shortage crisis, leading very quickly and strongly into things like food shortages and rationing. Many an idea being mulled over, and I'm sure meeting after meeting, discussing how all countries all over the world can overcome this. And it looks like there's a leader. It looks like that somebody in the meeting has stood up and said, "Hey, I've got the answer." And it's actually come from Sri Lanka. How does having every Wednesday off sound to you? Good job. Again, I'm sure we could have more meetings. Let's get some premium coffees and pastries in. Hey, it's likely on the taxpayer dime anyway, right? And we can have a meeting, can't we? Another meeting, because maybe Wednesday isn't convenient for you. Maybe another day of the week, maybe like a Friday, a 3-day weekend. But in Sri Lanka, they've discussed, in fact, they've agreed to make now every Wednesday a public holiday to overcome the fuel shortages.
What? Wow.
So Sri Lanka is talking about, I guess, having a Wednesday off for a holiday to combat the fucking prices. How about we all don't go to work or go to a gas station for a week and let's shut this country down? How about that? Or blow this bitch the fuck up. Since nobody don't want to do Either I'm going to do the latter. Don't fucking shit the fuck up. Viva la revolution. The only solution is revolution. Destroy your government now. Destroy the parliament now. Burn this bitch the fuck down. You know why? You know why? Because they're killing us through the food, through the water, through the air, through disease. Don't believe me. GMOs in your food, fluoride in your water, chemtrails dropping poison on our ass, and the CDC is making diseases to kill us. Biochemical warfare. Resident Evil 9 Requiem shit. That franchise been in the game since 95. Letting you know that your government working with pharmaceutical corporations to do experiments on people and turn them into bioweapons. Welcome to Resident Evil. Resident Evil 9. Shit. But yet, call me a conspiracy theorist. Nope, all this shit is out. This is public fucking knowledge. Public fucking knowledge. Mind you, they don't get paid if you're cured. They get paid if you stay sick. These motherfuckers, the motherfuckers at the CDC changed the definition of vaccine mid-pandemic. You know, the same shit that said that they was gonna kill us. We ain't dead yet. Shouts out to the unvaccinated. We are good, y'all. They said we was gonna die. They said we was gonna die in 2 or 3 years. We still here. Get used to it. Get used to it. We here. We're clear. Get used to it. We're clear from all diseases and all viruses. Our blood should be worth $600 million. And that would just get you one fucking pint. They got motherfuckers tripping.
This world cooked.
I'm just gonna, should we, just for a second, pop our common sense caps on and bob our caps to these marveloso ideas. Just straight off the bat, I'm kind of thinking, okay, well, how does that actually solve anything?
Right.
Okay. You've got the business commute, might save a bit of petty on that, but wouldn't people still be going out? You know, unless, of course, you're talking like lockdown and that'll enforce a little bit more, wouldn't it? So maybe they should go a bit harder with it. But if people didn't want to be locked down and locked in their homes, then maybe they'd still get in the car, even if they had the Wednesday off. So in regards to things like that and solving that I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm sure they discussed it thoroughly, and that's why it's a standout idea that, hey, maybe even other countries might adopt it. Maybe you might get Wednesday off real soon yourself, but still many ideas being discussed about this totally organic situation that has happened. Tata. Time for some warp speed jibby jabolas. This time for an outbreak of meningitis.
Now, they talked about meningitis in the UK. The jibby jab for the meningitis. I remember when I first heard meningitis. I'm 38 right now. I heard this shit when I was like, I think 12. They tried to scare us into thinking we can't use the water fountains in the schools and shit. I'm like, bitch, I'm about to use the water fountain. They were trying to scare motherfuckers. I'll never forget when I heard bacterial meningitis. They're like, don't use the fountains. I'm like, shit. And one, you don't put your lips on the goddamn fountain anyway. You get your ass beat for that, or we make fun of you for that. You know, you don't put your whole lip on a goddamn fountain. Dumbass.
Given the severity of the situation,
Again.
I can confirm to the House that we will begin a targeted vaccination programme for students living in halls of residence at the University of Kent in Canterbury, which will begin in the coming days. UKHSA will provide further advice on other cohorts in the coming days. On the question of wider eligibility, we obviously follow the expert independent advice of the JCVI. In light of
Oh, those same experts that lied the first time. Okay, I'm done.
this latest outbreak, I will be asking them to re-examine eligibility for meningitis
Much love,
vaccines.
Foxy
I will do
Moon.
so without prejudicing their decision because we have to follow the clinical advice on this.
Yes, expect these scientists, the experts, the doctors to come out with the latest recommendations. This is by no means something that is common. I didn't know much about meningitis, looked into it very quickly. Inflammation of membranes around the brain and the spinal cord. It can be passed through things like saliva, so a bit of smooching or sharing of a vape. And
Oh, yeah, they said
at the
smooching
moment,
too.
it's been an outbreak in Kent, or specifically.
I was like, damn, I can't use the water or kiss my girlfriend. Fuck. I said, fuck the government did. Without even being a revolutionary. I was like, man, nigga, I think I was like 11 or 12 when I first heard this shit. I was trying to remember when I first heard it. All right, I was on the west side off of Schoolcraft, and I was going to, okay, that 2000, 2001. This was like either before 9/11 or after 9/11. I think it was before 9/11. But that's when I first heard about meningitis. Like, don't use the water fountain. It's passed through by Salah. I was like, nigga, I'm gonna kiss my girlfriend behind the bleachers after our dodgeball game. And I'm gonna use that water fountain. It's the best water fountain. The water cold. Shit. We can't walk with our fucking drinks in our hands. So what the fuck? I think it was 7th or 8th grade. I think it was like 7th going into 8th grade. That's right. Fuck the government. The government don't run shit over here. That's right.
the University of
But also be on the lookout for the Nipah virus. Now they talk about meningitis, which is some old shit. They just playing out of a playbook that we did fucking years ago. But there's a Nipah virus out there, NIPAH. Be on the lookout. Just like I told people, be on the lookout for RSV. There's RSV ads out here now. I'm seeing it. I was like, yo, look, they're trying to fuck us up. And with that RSV, that shit was more scary than anything. They talking about passing the shit to children. And the children take it home to their parents and fuck everybody up. There's gonna be in motherfucking hospitals and daycares and shit. I'm like, dog, that's the perfect place to fucking do it because like people gotta pick up their kids and shit, and you bring something home, the whole house gets sick, man. I'm like, man, this is diabolical. That's some diabolical shit. So be on the lookout for that. God, I hate being motherfucking right, or I hate saying I told you so. But sometimes I gotta be like, told y'all motherfuckers be on the lookout for that shit. You think I'm happy? No. I wish I was wrong on everything I'm saying. I wish I was crazy. Conspiracy theorist. But no. This shit is fucking real. In the words of Cardi B, this shit is real. Or fuck that. Fuck Cardi B. In the words of Benjamin Sisko, aka Benny, I created it. And it is real. I created it. Oh my God. That's for you, Von. So you already know what it is. Shout out to Star Trek Deep Space Nine. Avery Brooks masterclass of acting. Y'all know nothing about that acting right there. Avery Brooks, Captain Sisko. But anyway, oh yeah, Star Trek for life, man. DS9's the shit. But yeah, they're trying to scare people with some virus and shit and try to get people to do vaccines, Operation Warp Speed type shit. That's what's going on.
and seeing the cases, and they're looking to contain this because the good news is that the best solution for this, according to Dr. Google, is the jibby jabolas. Okay. Again, looking into this meningitis a little bit more in regards to things like origin, this is the belt, the meningitis belt. It runs through Central Africa, and this is the area that you're most likely to get meningitis, which again, it's Africa. So here in the UK, that's why it's not common, and this outbreak isn't a common thing at all.
Right.
So we'll watch this space, shall we? And just keep updated with the experts. Ta-ta.
Right. So he trying to let it be known, meningitis is over there in Africa. You know what I'm saying? So how y'all trying to say this is an outbreak over here? Like they have an actual meningitis belt in Africa. This nigga showed the map of the shit. Like, goddamn. You know, so I'm like, unless y'all going to Africa, grabbing some shit and y'all bringing it back to the UK and experimenting on people, I'm not putting nothing past the UK government, just like I'm not putting nothing past our government after what they did after World War II with Operation Paperclip. But the scientists over here made NASA use the rest of the scientists to experiment on us with Project Artichoke and MK Ultra. Hashtag fuck the government. So, and then everybody came together around the world to say, let's shut this bitch down. Like I say, they don't call it New World Order for a reason. The whole world shut down. One country should have been like, this is some bullshit. I'm keeping my country open. Anybody come over here, get bombed. If we lose, we lose. We'll lose or draw, nigga. We ain't going out like no pussies. And I'm not shutting down my country, my continent, or any fucking city, because people need to fucking live their fucking lives. I'll be damned if I tell a person a house into a prison or a tomb. No, my people will be free. God damn, that should be in a fucking movie. I'm glad this recorded. Clip what I just said. Clip what I just said, somebody. Somebody clip my shit. Hey, Vance, my UK correspondent. Clip the last thing I just said, number one. Make it so. Make it so, number one. But man, but I felt that, man. That was from the heart. I got chills. I feel like Morpheus when he was talking to the people before the great fight against the robots and shit. We're still here. But let's get off into it. But first, because that was the UK, we got to come over here now. But before that, you already know what it is. We got to let you know.
What do you do for a living? Oh, I'm a model. Wow, like, run my model.
Bill Gates said it with this wicked ass, right?
The matrix is a system, Neo. That system is full of degenerates. When you're inside, you look around, what do you see? Businessmen, teachers, lawyers, the very minds of people you're trying to save. But until we do, these people are still a part of the woke system, and that makes them our enemy. You have to understand, most of these people are not ready to pick up a biology textbook, and many of them are so inert, so hopelessly dependent on their pronouns that they will fight to protect it. Were you listening to me, Neo? Or were you looking at the dude in the red dress? The dude? Forget. Who is it?
Who is it?
That wasn't a woman? It's another training program designed to teach you one thing. If you are not one of us, you might marry one of them. What are they? Transformers. They can move in and out of any gender, regardless of their chromosomes. That means that anyone coming out of the female bathroom is potentially a ladyboy. Inside the Matrix, they can identify as anything, but in reality, it's just delusion. We have survived by hiding from them, by running from them. But they aren't the ditty parties. They are guarding all the doors while they are touching all the kids, which means that sooner or later, someone is going to have to fight them. Someone. I won't lie to you, Nate. Every single man or woman who stood their ground, everyone who has fought this agenda got canceled. But where they have failed, you will succeed. What? I've seen an agent identify as a concrete wall. Men have emptied entire clips at them and hit nothing but air. Yet their strength and their speed are still based in a world that is built on rules. Because of that, they will never be as strong or as fast as you can be. What are you trying to tell me? That I can dodge lawsuits? No, Neil. If you identify as an innocent human being, you won't have to. I identify as an innocent human being.
Fuck the government podcast.
Satan, we are not the great Satan. We are not the great Satan. So because they call us the great Satan, I don't think we are the great Satan. Whew, that's good news. And because we're not the great Satan, at least now we can thank God that our leaders are sober-minded, mature, and articulate. And they say, sir, they're in Iranian airspace. And I say, well, all of a sudden you see that dive. They start diving. And sir, and you see him 30,000, 20,000. Boy, I said, that was a lot. They went down fast to aim it. And, okay, we're ruled by idiots, but that doesn't make us all idiots, does it? I'm not saying you're an idiot. If you say, I don't know why we're dealing with Iran has never attacked us. Bull, you don't know what you're talking about. Welcome back to Bizarro World and the Disturbing Illusion. Let's just go ahead and jump into this. Donald Trump admitted in the Oval Office that prior to waging war with Iran, he had talked to another president who told him, I wish I did it. Do you think he's telling the truth? And if he is, what president do you think said that?
Just want to ask you about something very interesting that you said twice today. That you talked to another former president who stopped the Iran strikes. Was it George W. Bush?
No.
Was it Bill Clinton?
I don't want to say.
It was Obama.
I don't want to say. Because
Barack Obama.
a member of a party, they have trumped arrangements.
Obama or Biden?
It's somebody that happens to like me, and I like that person who's a smart person. But that person said, I wish I did it.
It was Obama.
Okay, but I don't want to get into, I don't want to get him into trouble. Maybe, hey.
He said, I don't want to get him into trouble. He said he talked to a former president. He said, Bush, no. Clinton, he leaned towards no. He was like, y'all, no, you like really know what to say. But it's from another party. But we all know it wasn't Clinton. It was between Obama or Biden. Trump said motherfucker was smart. It had to have been Obama because he was dissing the shit out of Biden. Ain't no way you talk to Biden and Biden like, I'll go to war with that. No. He was talking to Obama. And I believe Obama said that, yeah, he would have went to Iran and fucked them up because while Hillary was doing her thing as Secretary of State, she did some fucked up shit. And the email incident, I got that. I can play that now on some quick shit. And and Obama backed the bankers. And everybody talking about this migration crisis, and because you always go, I can only say he did two good things. He helped out with a little bit of housing. Mind you, this is a motherfucking second term, not the first term. Second term. He helped out with housing. And he helped out with some school shit, to get you a grant. That was it. No better jobs because all I heard was private sector this and private sector that. So I'm like, but in this generation, for those that want to play the political game and they was asked the question, who was the better president, they would have to say Obama. But for those that's a revolutionary, fuck all these presidents. Because during his first term, and we had that recession, then we had that housing crisis. We found out everybody was a fucking fraud, and he still backed the bankers, not the small businesses that really fucking needed this shit. Man. And not to mention, he backed the fruitcakes. Once the fruitcakes got a chance to get married, now these fuckers got into our motherfucking video games, movies, TV shows, best-selling novels, and comic books. They was all over the place. promoting their fucking agenda to our children. Because a motherfucker was always saying, a regular person always say, I got no problem with a person's sexual preference. We just don't like the fact you're fucking with our kids. Why is these motherfuckers in our schools? And for those that have the escapism, they're like, why is they putting this fruitcake shit in my comic book or my video game or my favorite TV show or my best-selling novel I'm reading? Why is they turning characters that we know and love gay? You know what I'm saying? So we got both ends of the spectrum. It's like they were doing shit on purpose to piss us off, like some rage bait shit. To make motherfuckers, when you say something, it's a hate crime. Like, no, fuck that. I gotta say something because bitch, you ain't about to indoctrinate my kid. So what's your motherfucking alternative? What's the solution? If you don't want to fuck somebody up, okay, take your kid out to school. Homeschool them. You know? Gather some parents up and protest at the motherfucking board of whatever the fuck. you know? But let's get back to it.
You know what? Yeah, I think you probably know. You know, it's interesting. And maybe he'd be proud. I could even ask him that. Would you like me to reveal your name to Peter at Fox? Well, at least you have high ratings. Your ratings are through the roof, Peter.
Thank you for noticing.
Congratulations.
I like this person, and he said, I wish I did it. The only problem is they couldn't have done it because they weren't allowed to do it then. See, this is all sequential, and presidents aren't leaders. They're not the rulers of the free world. They're the puppet rulers of the free world, the figurehead puppets of the Zio banksters and the corporate elitists who do pull their chain, fund their campaigns, and use presidents to lead us off to war. And besides all that, what makes this really alarming is that this old man right here, this old puppet, is like a 5-year-old kid in an old man's body, and he demonstrates the mental acuity of a 5-year-old kid. Listen to what he says right here as he pulls a model of the B-2 stealth bomber onto the desk, resolute, in the Oval Office. See if you can detect any errors about the weapon's payload that this plane is capable of hauling. You think if anybody would know the specs, it'd be the President of the United States, the Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces.
Gorgeous B-2 bombers. Give me that bomber, Andrews. Let me just hug that little sucker. Give me that bomber over there. Thank you. You know immediately which one. This looks small, but in person it's very big. It's the only plane capable of carrying a 200,000-pound bomb. So I don't know how they do it because it's very sleek and not
200,000-pound bomb. Just let that sink in for a second.
Right.
200,000 pounds?
Really?
But it carries a lot of weapons and there's a lot of bombs. But
Right, 200,000 pounds, Trump, you stupid. See, now this is why they put teleprompters in front of people. Now I see why they put teleprompters in front of people. Don't let this motherfucker talk. He gonna ramble.
had I not sent this incredible machine times numerous others to hit Iran at midnight with no moon, dead dark, every single bomb was dropped right down the chute that it was supposed to hit. How they do it, who knows? Nobody else can figure. No other country can do it. No other country has our military or even close. And I think we've probably proven that.
Now, we all know that he's talking about the military campaign labeled Operation Midnight Hammer. And let me remind you exactly what Trump said after they dropped those bombs from those B-2s. Quote, Iran's key nuclear enrichment facilities have been completely and totally obliterated. And even more recently, in February 2026, he said, quote, that is why in Operation Midnight Hammer last June, we obliterated the regime's nuclear program at Fordow, Natanz, and Isfahan. So if you totally obliterated Iran's nuclear program, why would you have to start this war? And why would you tell the American people that you feel like they've got a nuclear weapon? And wouldn't you know the maximum payload of a B-2 stealth bomber is 40,000 pounds? And in some cases, when they take away some of the fuel, they can carry 2 GBU-57 massive ordnance penetrators weighing 30,000 pounds each for a maximum of 60,000 pounds, not a 200,000-pound payload. I mean, you are the commander-in-chief, and facts like this kind of matter, at least to everybody else, maybe not to you.
This president, you mind if I keep this here, Dave? Isn't that a beautiful thing? You know, I used to look at it, and I said, it's a piece of art, but how can it be effective? It's so stealth. Think of it, Peter. 1 a.m.
Look at this guy's face right here. Oh, God, I love this guy. This guy's great. And this guy right here is on his phone going, oh, God, another Trump diatribe, making stuff up, pulling stuff out of his ass.
Flies in, And they say, sir, they're in Iranian airspace. And I say, oh, and I'm watching it from.
Peter's like, oh God, here goes Grandpa again at Thanksgiving dinner, just telling tall tales, and everybody knows he's lying.
The Situation Room with a couple of other very smart people, including some good generals, real generals, not television generals. And all of a sudden you see that dive, they start diving, and sure, there, and you see him 30,000, 20,000. Boy, I said, that was a lot. They went down fast to aim it. And they know they're coming, and they're smart, and they never saw them. And they're firing a little bit, but they don't know what they're firing at because they can't see a thing. And then you hear the biggest explosions that anybody's ever heard. Those are the biggest bombs. Outside of nuclear, those are the biggest bombs. And you say, what technology we have. What a great country. I built it during my first term.
What a great country, bombing other people who haven't bombed us.
Right.
Speaking of bombing other countries who haven't bombed us and supporting the military-industrial complex war machine, listen to what Steven Crowder says today.
Kids are saying, I feel betrayed.
Sure.
I don't know why we're fighting if we've never been attacked.
But that's based on a lie. We've never been attacked. That's not true. That's the point.
That's a youth
That's
problem.
the point. I'm sorry, your opinion is not as valid if it's predicated on. I'm not saying you're an idiot. If you say, I don't know why we're dealing with Iran has never attacked us. Bull, you don't know what you're talking about. They've attacked us many times, and if they had the capabilities, they would attack us more often. They've attacked us wherever they can when they had opportunity, and they were building up an arsenal so that they could. They were building up an arsenal so that they could.
And what's crazy is it's been forever since I watched Crowder, and I'm glad I left Crowder. I think I stopped watching Crowder like in the middle of last year, and once I try to go back to her, shouts out to Crystal. She was like, you're like the same people, like it's like it like kind of changed up. You know, I guess Crowder got into it with a couple motherfuckers and now they ain't there. I was like, wait a minute. I like them guys. I was like, man, let me go check them out and see what the fuck they talking about. So I was like, man, hell, Crowder, what the fuck happened? so it wasn't the same. So I never went back, you know, so I was like, okay, fuck it. So now I know Crowder is on this type of time. I'm glad I didn't go back to Crowder. But when I used to try to catch Crowder's clips, YouTube always said, nigga, fuck you. You ain't getting no audio or video. You can't even do a screenshot of Crowder. You got to rumble to fuck with this guy. I'm like, man, well, fuck it. I just find some other dudes. And plus, I try to do the rumble shit, but you got to go through hoops, troops, and loop-de-loops to go live on it. So I said, fuck it. I got to get a computer. So fuck it. I'll go back to rumble when I get a computer. Till then, YouTube it is. Get my motherfucking savings account so I can try to get the super chat shit popping so we can be on and popping, getting this super chat, and then I'm out. Still come back live, do some shit, get some super chats, you know what I'm saying? And some cash apps. Might have to create a Venmo, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, just give me some time.
Build a nuke unfettered. It's not that they were going to have a nuke, it's that they were building up an arsenal so we couldn't stop them from getting a nuke. But anyone who says, I don't know why they've never attacked us, that's an ignorant person. They have many times. Now, if your opinion is, sure, they've attacked us over the last few decades and they've taken hostages and they publicly executed people. There are embassies, of course, where people were tortured. But it's not enough for war. Fine. I may not agree with you, but to say unprovoked because they've never attacked us is wrong. What I would really like to ask Stephen is, if a bully suffers a blowback from initiating violence on others, can he really turn around and say that he was attacked? If another nation had aggressively interfered with our sovereignty, for example, couldn't we rightly build a weapon so we could defend ourselves the next time that bully tried to attack us again? I mean, seriously, who drew first blood? Didn't we draw first blood back in 1953 when we interfered with the democratic election of Mohammad Mossadegh when he was trying to nationalize the oil that had belonged to the British?
Even a phone agrees. And speaking of 1953.
Know this, Kurt, maybe you know this, that when so we overthrew the Iranian government, meaning the CIA. In 1953, we overthrew Mossadegh, which was a democratically elected president of Iran. And the reason why we did that is because he wanted he didn't want to let United States and Britain steal their oil, and he wanted to keep the oil profits for the people of Iran. So immediately they overthrew him, and they installed the Shah
for prosperity, Jimmy.
And they installed the Shah of Iran, which was a murderous dictator that we propped up for 20 some years, like 25 years.
We brought in the Ayatollah as well. I don't know if you know.
So
that.
then they get rid of the Shah, and when they did that, they took they stormed the American embassy, and they took some hostages, but they didn't take all they released a lot of black people and all the women. Why would they release the black people? Well, guess what? This is the part you're not gonna hear. Listen to this.
Okay, one of the most insane historical facts has got to be when Iran took a bunch of American hostages in 1979, but then decided to free all the...
Here's what's funny. Jimmy Dore is watching the same shit I be watching. I seen that same fucking video with the black guy with the braids and the hat on talking about the history. But we already knew this. Because I think I covered it. Because I covered it on the HHN, but I ain't covered it. It was somebody else that covered it. You know, but like he said it briefly. It's like, man, we invaded Iran in 53. And I think I said that was like 3 years before my mama was born. We was already over there.
Black hostages and the women. Why did Iran do this, you ask? Well, first we got to go back a little bit to why Iran took hostages in the first place. And when you understand this, you also understand why Iran and the USA don't really like each other to this day. You see, Iran had a problem. You see, back before the 1950s, Iran's oil industry was basically completely taken over by the United States and Britain. Iran was barely getting a share of their oil. Iran said, knock, 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 hello, United States, Britain, can we have our oil back? The United States and Britain said, who said we got your oil? Iran said, boy, we're not stupid out here. We see y'all scamming us. The United States and Britain said, you got us. We don't feel like, but we're not giving your oil back, though, for real. So Iran voted in a new prime minister that took back Iran's oil. The United States said, ooh, we can't have that. Call in the CIA. The CIA pulls up. That boy gone. The United States brings in a new guy, the Shah, and he's very friendly towards the United States. Iran said, the Shah said, look, y'all didn't even give me a chance, for real. Yeah, fast forward 20 years later, he gave away all of Iran's oil and had very oppressive policies towards the people. The people of Iran said, time's up. The Shah said, time's up. Boy, you know what I got behind me? Big dog United States. The Iranian people said, all right, let's see if they get to you in time. The Iranian people rose up and started hunting them down. The Shah said, oh, them folk tripping. He calls the United States. He said, yo, them folk trying to get me. The United States said, chill.
Nigga, when your people rise up, let's see how fast the United States come and save you, nigga. We need to do that to this motherfucking government, nigga. Haul out every politician, every fed, every motherfucker. This is long overdue. This is long overdue. All you motherfuckers in these fed business, all you motherfuckers that work for the feds, the government, I don't give a fuck from the lowest level to the highest level. That's why some of you fed bitches are working from home. Like on the phone, because your ass will get caught in that building, y'all ass can get snatched out and tossed out that fucking window. Because y'all chose to work with the enemy that's keeping all of us down. Anybody in that private sector, anybody that work in the where they're supposed to be helping people with these programs, but motherfuckers getting ran around all over the fucking city and still not getting no help and killing y'all too. So at the end of the day, y'all work for the enemy that keeps us down. You're dying with the enemies. Fuck the bullshit. Shit. Like, I digress, I think.
Get an airplane, we're gonna come pick you up. We can't let our assets, our friends, suffer. The Shah gets on a plane and he dips. He said, I'll see y'all folk in the States. The people of Iran looked at the United States and said, bring back the Shah. The United States said, no, the Shah is sick. We can't give him to you right now. Iran said, we got hospitals here and jails. Bring him over. The United States said, no. And we still gonna take your oil because we're gonna bring in a new guy to still take your oil. This was the last straw for Iran. Iranian college students stormed the United States embassy and take everybody hostage. They said,
storm the United States embassy, take everybody hostage. It's like going into the state capitol or going into the White House. Take everybody hostage. But me, I'm a little more extreme. Kill majority, keep alive high-ranking people that can get us to these other rooms that we can't get into. I want all the secrets, but kill 90% of this place. And this is all out of sheer clarity. Someone has to be that guy. Y'all have to call me whatever. I don't give a fuck. This motherfuckers killing us through the food, through the water, through the air, through the disease, and me retaliating is evil or is a problem or is something wrong with me, or you know, like revenge ain't yours, it's the Lord's. Fuck that. God takes too long. And revenge is mine. What if I was a Christian and I just went radical and I'm killing in the name of God? What's up? Let's play that game. Y'all want to identify? I identify as an innocent human being. What's up? I identify as Jesus or God, whatever. What's up? That shit ain't gonna fly in court, right? Right. It ain't gonna fucking fly in court. Can't even plead the insanity defense. So let's go. Hashtag fuck the government.
Bring back the Shah. The United States said, release the hostages. What are your demands? Iran said, well, they're pretty reasonable. 1, we want the Shah back. 2, we want you to leave us and our oil alone. The United States said, no. If there's something you got to know about the United States of America, it's very hard to negotiate with. The United States wants it all.
It's like Putin said, you can't negotiate with fucking psychopaths. This is why Putin ready to motherfucking fuck shit up the way he's doing. And plus, he kicking back laughing at all of our propaganda. I need to motherfucking go check on Putin and see what the fuck he said about us recently. Because I know he said something recently about this Iran shit. I already know it. I just haven't checked it yet. But I bet it's going to be something hilarious. Not coming from Putin mouth. It's going to be like, you know, like he might be like, it's hilarious how the United States and all these other motherfuckers still doing the same shit. Ha ha ha. I can't wait till they fucking shit crumble. But anyway.
All times they said, hostage, y'all gonna have to hold it down. The hostage said, the United States said, counter offer, we keep the Shah, we keep the oil, and you give us the hostages. Iran's new supreme leader, Khomeini, said, look at my face. Do I look like I'm gonna play with y'all? Give us back the, hold on, are those black people? Now here's where things start to get wicked. Khomeini looked at the black hostages and said, don't the United States be like oppressing y'all and messing with y'all too? Black people said, yeah. Khomeini said, oh no, y'all are free to go. Plus the women.
Khomeini looked at the black people, was like, nigga, don't your country be oppressing y'all motherfuckers? It was like, yeah. Okay, y'all go. And the women and children. Total mind blower. Total mind blower. Total mind blower. And you know what's even more crazy? There's motherfuckers over there celebrating Malcolm X. What? Malcolm X.
Oh, free to go. The White House just said, Jamal, ain't you gonna put in a good word for me? He said, my name's Eric. He said, Andre, we're not here to argue about semantics. This is a serious situation. Go talk to them folks. Put in a good word for me. Black people said, all right, give us your number. I'm gonna call you on my iPhone. We're gonna put in a good word. White people said, iPhones haven't been invented yet. Black people said, exactly. Call me when they get invented. A black man named Carl. Now, I don't know if this is him, but this picture goes with what I'm saying. You see, Carl was a Marine, but he was also a radio operator in the Marines. So he was privy to very sensitive information. Carl said, okay, we packing our bags, we going. They said, Carl, you can't come. Carl said, y'all see my skin color, right? They said, yeah. Carl basically said, okay, we're going to leave you alone. Just release the hostages. Iran didn't get the Shah because the Shah actually passed away. And side note, since Jimmy Carter took so long to get the hostages released, Reagan used that again to get elected over Jimmy Carter, and Reagan then ruined the world. But that's a story for another day. Side note to Jimmy
Carter. That shit, wow. Reagan used that incident against Jimmy Carter. Be like, you a bitch ass nigga that left our motherfuckers over there. I'll never do that. And Reagan did brought drugs into the black community and fucked this whole goddamn country up. There's motherfuckers still right now, still getting over the trauma of growing up with a crackhead fucking parent, or growing up with crackhead friends and family, or crackhead girlfriends and boyfriends, and dealing with the whole fucking seasons of snowfall. Still seeing the people that have Franklin Saint's masterful ending. That shit destroyed the minds of my motherfucking people. And motherfuckers is still recovering to this fucking day. Fuck Reagan and fuck George Bush Sr. because he was part of the CIA when the shit went down. And right after the motherfucking Reagan, we have Bush Sr. Talk about some New World Order. And then we get his son 10 years later. take us to a fucking 20-year war and leave the fucking country in shambles for Obama to pick up. He fucked up even more, helping out the bankers and the faggots. No change. Shit still went up, and then we get motherfucking Trump diddly up. Then we get Biden. It's like rich get richer, poor get poorer. You can ask an old person now, was times better now or better then? And they'll say it was better then. But let's get back to it.
His credit, even though he lost the election, he still worked on getting the hostages until his last day in office. In fact, he got the hostages released on his last day in office. And well, even after the hostages were released, Iran and the United States relationship has never been the same since. And in fact, before the hostage crisis and after the hostage crisis, there were many more little incidents that happened between the U.S. and Iran. What's happening today is just another piece in a story that's been ongoing for about 100 years. They just haven't taught you it in your history books. A story that I hope ends peacefully and sooner rather than later.
Yeah, they don't teach you this stuff in the history books. That's for
Never heard that.
sure.
Never heard that story about letting the black people go. They didn't put it in Argo, Jimmy. It wasn't in the movie Argo, which is all a lie.
Right.
Canadians getting their people out. That had nothing to do with our CIA, but they made a lie movie with Ben Affleck, probably to get us going against Iran at the time.
And so it begins. They're trying to fuck with my shit, y'all.
That's exactly right.
I guess it's getting too real. It was getting too real. They fucking with me.
Look at this.
Let me hurry up and run through
Iranian
this.
leaders are educated people. They only hate the Epstein class. The Khomeini was very sympathetic towards black people. Here is a video of him giving tribute to Malcolm X. You want to see it?
Yes.
What?
Let's not forget how good they are, the Jews in Iran, because they don't blame Jews, they blame Israel and Zionists.
Yes, right.
They're better than Nick Fuentes, these people.
So here he is honoring Malcolm X. Anniversary of you can turn up a little.
In Los Angeles, California, last year.
I would like to request all attendees to please recite Surah Fatiha, Surah Tawan for the soul of this martyr. Wow. Wow. Heavy duty. So Iran knows a lot more about the United States than the United States does about Iran, that's for
I
sure.
hope I can do the Tehran Comedy Festival, Jimmy, and apologize for America to them.
Yeah, me too. I got invited to go to Tehran in March. Well, it's March now, so they're having a big arts festival, and they wanted me to come and participate. And I said I couldn't, but I'd be there in spirit. And now I don't think they're having that festival. So
I bet they're not. I mean, also it'd be a good way to get Pegasus again.
yeah, definitely. I'm sure but Kurt, they can Pegasus me anytime they want now. They got all they need is your phone number. How do you know you're not Pegasus?
Well, if I am, I'll know I've truly made it.
I only got lucky because I was on a plane and I on my computer it came up, hey, this MacBook has control of your iCloud. Like that wasn't supposed to happen, but it did, and I saw it, and that's when I knew I was screwed.
And I hope I get a nice invite to Bohemian Grove too. I would like to tie back, please. I told you should go to that if they said they give you Frank Kurt a taste. Just a taste. That's what Ryan Long said to say.
Musicians, and they like to have musicians around to entertain them. And they get a kick out of it every time we talk about the Bohemian Grove.
Do they let chicks in yet, or is it still kind of a gay thing?
It's and listen to what Nixon said. It's one of the most goddamn things I've ever seen in my life.
Be the one Peter Thiel has, that those Collinses that were talking to that feminist. Stupid. the chick ran the Bilderberg of Peter Thiel, of tech people. It's just a bunch of important, powerful people getting together that don't want anyone else to hear what they're talking about, which is how we get evil shit like the Fed. And that's why it's always important to call it out. It's never a good thing. They're never. Where's all this good that's supposed to come from it? Have you seen it? I haven't. I would ask your friends that.
I think it's interesting. That's what
Interesting. You're like the first to bring up APEC, which is interesting. It's interesting. I mean, it's interesting.
You know, when they say Freemasonry is just a
Interesting,
better man, I go, where
which is just interesting. It's interesting you say that, which is just interesting.
Shaq, you mean?
What the shit?
Just interesting.
It's just interesting as you bring up APEC.
It's just interesting. Anyway,
No, just me. It's interesting you brought that up.
it's just, I just thought it was interesting. All right. Everybody, we'll see you in San Antonio.
All right. Now, what's this? What was this again?
It's hyper viral, and when I say hyper viral, this post was just released about 2 hours ago. It already has 25.9 million views, almost 26 million views. Joe Kent, who's the director of the National Counterterrorism Center, says that after much reflection, he's decided to resign his position effective today. He says, "I cannot, in good conscience, support
Motherfucker
the
just
ongoing
resigned.
war in Iran. Iran posed no."
He resigned from one of the high ass positions. You gotta be a bad motherfucker to be like, man, nigga, I would have never left any post. I would have just quit it unannounced. I would have never even put a 2-week notice. I would have even put a 2-week notice in, nigga. I would have just left. I would have just left. I would have left a note though. I would have been like, I quit. I would have left a note on my desk, a post-it note somewhere, send a memo through an email with no explanation. I'm gonna just say, I quit. With a picture of Jeffrey from the Fresh Prince jumping on the couch. I quit. I quit. Or making a meme and shit. Him jumping on the couch like I quit.
A threat to our nation, and it is clear that we started this war due to pressure, check this out, from Israel and its powerful American lobby. Think about that. Appointee of Trump, the director of the National Counterterrorism Center, is saying because Israel pressured the politicians in the United States and because they have a powerful American lobby, we decided to offensively attack, not defensively defend our borders, but offensively attack Iran, who posed no immediate threat. It's been an honor serving under the President of the United States and Director of National Intelligence, Tulsi Gabbard, and
that's the crazy part. He still want to be nice, but still exercise the frustration. He should have just said what he said. Like, look, I quit because we provoked some shit that we had no business doing. Fuck working here. I'm done. Fuck, it's been an honor. It's been an honor to keep on fucking over the American people, or like, here's what's real crazy. What's the difference between now and what the fuck you was doing then? Because we have always been at war with motherfuckers fucking over people. So like, so this was the straw that broke the camel's back. Oh, I'm just tired of killing innocent people now. Get the fuck out of here. It's good that you left your job, but fuck, you should have been gone like the moment you realized that you was killing innocent people. But like I said, when you take down the government, they ain't innocent. Once you signed your name on that dotted line, you have chose the government over the people, and you will pay. They know what's about to fucking happen. Motherfuckers getting out the way because they know what's about to fucking happen. There's about to be an uprising. And your military badge, your cop badge ain't gonna matter. Yes, most of us might get shot down, bang, bang, might hit the ground, bang, bang. But we'd rather die on our feet than live on our knees. Pause. We are going to fight in this revolution. And motherfuckers are hopping on their private jets, going to their bunkers, motherfuckers quitting their jobs. I'm waiting for some more newscasters to be like, I quit. I can't cover this shit no more. I'm tired of us lying to the American people. I'm done. I quit. I'm waiting for all y'all workers to put in y'all last motherfucker resignation. Because the people is going to haul you motherfuckers out those government offices. We're going to haul you out those banks. Because at the end of the day, money is obsolete. We just want to burn this bitch to the fucking ground. Because at the end of the day, our ancestors built this country. So it's only right for us to burn this bitch down and start it over. Y'all want another motherfucking Black Wall Street in this bitch. We can build that shit again because we had it before. That's the whole fucking thing. We had it before. Mind you, this was after the Great Depression. Picked ourselves up by our bootstraps and build our communities. Black Wall Street's like a motherfucker. We was bad motherfuckers, but you know what they did? They came to our town and burned us up, blew us up, flooded us out, and forced us to join their system where we getting beat worse than ever. There is more slaves now ever recorded in human history. Just because you don't see the physical change doesn't mean you're not a slave. Bars. It's the slave of the mind, yo. That wasn't a woman? No. That's not a real president? No. That motherfucker's probably a reptilian or an evil human designed to do one thing: to turn your ass into an automaton. Turn your ass into a full-fledged, weak, docile slave, following religion and bickering over identity politics when you should already know thyself. We already know what the government did to us. What's the next fucking move? We need to take them out. Now that you know yourself, what's the next move? We got to eradicate the people that's trying to stop you from evolving further. You got to keep on evolving themselves. And it's like, look, we can meditate all fucking day. We can meditate, pray for hours and hours and hours and hours and days, weeks, months, years, unlock the enlightenment. But around us is full of evil that is coming to our doorstep through policies or through actual physical fucking force. We need to take these evil motherfuckers out. Let's go.
The professionals at NCTC, may God bless America. I'm going to read this whole thing right here because I think it's important that we understand how massive this is right here. From the Director of National Intelligence, National Counterterrorism Center letterhead, President Trump, after much reflection, I have decided to resign from my position as Director of National Counterterrorism Center effective today. I wonder what Trump is going to say about that. Don't you kind of think, okay, his posts aren't going to go well for a guy who's admitting that Iran posed no imminent threat. I'll just read this again just to keep it all in context. I cannot in good conscience support the ongoing war in Iran. Iran posed no imminent threat to our nation, and it is clear that we started this war due to pressure from Israel and its powerful American lobby. In other words, not only did we not start the war, we are not in control. Who controls Congress? Well, the powerful Israeli lobby. In other words, Israel controls American politics, and that's why we're in the Middle East bombing the crap out of the Iranians, including Iranian schools filled with Iranian school children. I support the values and the foreign policies that you campaigned on in 2016, 2020, 2024, which you enacted in your first term. Enacted in his first term, he launched more drone bombs and more missile strikes than Obama did. Like 39 per day. Donald Trump averaged 45 or 46 per day, according to the air power summary from the Pentagon. So that's not true. Until June of 2025, you understood that the wars in the Middle East were a trap that robbed America of the precious lives of our patriots and depleted the wealth and prosperity of our nation. In your first administration, you understood better than any modern president how to decisively apply military power without getting us drawn into never-ending wars. You demonstrated this by killing Qasem Soleimani and by defeating ISIS. Was ISIS really defeated? What really happened there? Early in this administration, high-ranking Israeli officials and influential members of the American media deployed a misinformation campaign that wholly undermined your America First platform and sowed pro-war sentiments to encourage a war with Iran. This echo chamber was used to deceive you. So again, Trump is a victim. People are deceiving him. People he's appointed, people in his cabinet. It's all their fault. They're the ones deceiving. Donald Trump they're mad because they still is completely innocent of being used as deceiving him. People he's appointed, people in his cabinet, it's all their fault. They're the ones deceiving. Donald Trump is completely innocent of being used as a puppet himself for the ethno-supremacist state called Israel. And just to reiterate, This echo chamber was used to deceive you into believing that Iran posed an imminent threat to the United States and that you should strike now. There was a clear path to a swift victory. This was a lie, and it's the same tactic the Israelis used to draw us into the disastrous innocent of being used as a puppet himself for the ethno-supremacist state called Israel. And just to reiterate, this echo chamber was used to deceive you into believing that Iran posed an imminent threat to the United States and that you should strike now. There was a clear path to a swift victory. This was a lie, and it's the same tactic the Israelis used to draw us into the disastrous Iraq war that cost our nation the lives of thousands of our best men and women. We cannot make this mistake again. As a veteran who deployed to combat 11 times and as a Gold Star husband who lost my beloved wife Shannon in a war manufactured by Israel, imagine coming to that conclusion and what feelings you would actually have for the people who actually started the war and run the country. You lost your wife, and you continue to support Donald J. Trump, who you know is supported by the Miriam Adelsons of this world, and the Larry Ellisons, and the Alex Karps, and the Peter Thiels, and all the sympathizers and friends and allies of Israel, and you continue to be in his cabinet? After your wife was brutally murdered on a battlefield for banksters and corporate elitists? I cannot support sending the next generation off to fight and die in a war that serves no benefit to the American people, nor justifies the cost of American lives. I pray that you will reflect upon what we are doing in Iran and who we are doing it for. The time for bold action is now. You can reverse course and chart a new path for our nation, or you can allow us to slip further toward decline and chaos. You hold the cards. It was an honor to serve in your administration and to serve our great nation. This is just icing, I'm convinced, to placate Trump's fragile sensibilities. Because he basically just admitted that he was in service to Israel that controls all of American politics and the American political system to such an extent that they can move a nation to attack another nation at their word. So Kent is basically admitting he worked for Israel and that everybody in American politics is working for and bidding of Israel. Joseph Kent, Director of National Counterterrorism Center. This is a big statement, and this is a big admission, especially when you're talking about what he says here about Israel controlling American politics and American politicians. But you got to understand, Joe, they also control Donald J. Trump, the best friend and ally of Israel. Holy crap, I was just about to sign off and end this video when I checked Donald Trump's Truth Social account because I thought that there would be a response to Joe Kent. Check out what he says, though. It's not in response to Joe Kent, but he basically says, we don't need the help of anyone. The United States has been informed by most of our NATO allies that they don't want to get involved with our military operation against the terrorist regime of Iran in the Middle East. This, despite the fact that almost every country strongly agrees with what we are doing. This is a time, and that Iran cannot in any way, shape, or form be allowed to have a nuclear weapon. I'm not surprised by their actions, however, because I always considered NATO, where we spend hundreds of billions of dollars per year protecting these same countries, to be a one-way street. We will protect them, but they will do nothing for us. In particular, decimated Iran's military. Their navy is perhaps most on never to threaten us or Middle Eastern allies or the world again. Because of the fact that we've had such military success, we no longer need or desire the NATO countries' assistance. We never did. Likewise, Japan, Australia, or South Korea. In fact, speaking as President of the United States, by far the most powerful country anywhere in the world, we do not need the help of anyone. Anyway, leave your thoughts about this for the world and the global thought police in the comment section below. This guy has completely lost it. And the MAGA Kool-Aid chuggers are loving it. Leave your thoughts in the comments below, and I will see
All right, now to the last video. This is the real shit. Let's go.
Conspiracy theory that vaccines might alter your mind, that they're meant for some sort of mind control. People said this during
Fuck the
COVID-19.
government.
They said, oh, you know what, these vaccines might be doing something kind of weird to our brain. They might be doing this on purpose to us. And people said, oh, you are just a wacky conspiracy theorist. Well, now it turns out that newly circulating declassified CIA documents prove that, yes, the CIA actually has been, for decades, potentially researching how vaccines could be used for mind control, as well as many other methods. The documents that are circulating around are regarding Project Artichoke.
Vaccines could be used for mind control. And we probably thinking about the vaccine due to the jibby jab. But let's go all the way back to when they first started injecting motherfuckers with vaccines since we was fucking kids. And all the other vaccines way before we was even born. And wonder why we have a weak, docile slave race of humans. That's going to keep on letting the government fuck us over. It's time to motherfucking wake up. I think the last shot I took was motherfucking, I was like 14. Last shot I took, I was like 14 years old. Like I was in high school. Like real shit. I barely got sick. It was maybe like once, maybe twice a year. You know, talking about like real sick, but once or twice a year. But like after I started taking them goddamn shots and at 14, I started living my life. Shit. I don't remember being sick. I remember acid reflux spells, but like that's because I started drinking later on. In my I was at, it was wild. Early 20s. But I was acid reflux. I'm talking about like actually being sick. We got the coughing spells and sneezing and the allergies and all this. Oh, I think the last time I was sick was like 14. Like real shit. But shouts out to everybody. Let's keep on going.
What it was called. Now you're all familiar with MK Ultra, but this is a different mind control operation apparently inside the CIA. These documents here are called Special Research for Artichoke. They're dated the 21st of April of 1952, and there's a memo and an attachment. Also circulating around is this document here, which is a document from 1977. These are more Artichoke files that were found later, and this is an internal CIA memo that was written in 1977 about these. Whoops, we found more files about this Project Artichoke several years later, a couple of decades later, 1977. Basically, the first set of documents, the Project Artichoke documents and memo, lay out what they want to do. So this says, look, if we get to drug people and do all kinds of weird experiments on them to see if we could control their minds. And it was all hypothetical. These documents don't show that anything was actually done. It just shows that we've got these really crazy ideas, and they're extremely unethical, inhumane, terrible, terrible ideas. And then the 1977 leak of documents say, oh yeah, well actually the government did it. They did all of those terrible things they said they were doing in that previous memo. They did it. And now here's some of the forgotten data and archives that we have from when they did all of those terrible things.
How many fuck with the TV show Archer? It is like James Bond, but in cartoon form, but it's funny as shit. Archer is crazy. Archer, his mama, Lana, the scientist. Oh girl is hilarious. The motherfucking secretary. What the fuck her name is? She got buff on the nigga. But
what's good? It's your man Sir K. Tell you what to do. And we gotta take you back to this cartoon called Archer. This is like a James Bond parody, but there is always truth hidden in plain sight. Let's go.
But this is off the books. Wait, as in illegal or?
Lana, everything the CIA does within the borders of the United States is illegal, especially Project MK Ultra.
Wait, MK Ultra? That was the CIA's mind control program, right?
Yeah, it's since been discredited.
Discredited for being batshit crazy?
It was.
Damn.
Nuremberg Code, which was written because of medical experiments by Nazi war criminals, many of whom, after World War II, spoiler alert, came to work for the CIA goddamn A.
Wait, what?
Look, the Soviets were kicking our ass in the Cold War. Our scientists had to think outside the box.
Oh, is that the box where they kept informed consent? Because I'm pretty sure that all those mental patients the CIA force-fed LSD didn't give it.
Wait, what?
Mental patients, Lana. They gave them LSD every day for 6 months.
Not 6 months. The longest one was only 174 days.
That is 6 months.
Oh, and what about Project Artichoke before Ultra, where you dickbags got innocent people addicted to morphine?
Look, all that crazy drug stuff was intentionally, secretly leaked to divert attention from the real goal of Project MK Ultra, which was mind control through hypnosis and torture.
Is that supposed to make it better?
It's not supposed to make it anything.
No, but for real though, the CIA really drugged and hypnotized people? Oh, please, that's merely the tip of a very dark and twisted iceberg.
I am not a Nazi. Yeah? Well, what about your father? No, he was a scientist. Pretty sure the Nazis had scientists. No, they didn't. That's why they lost the war. Lack of science. Well, we'll just see what Ms. Archer has to say about this Nazi beeswax. Fine. Or, not fine. Are you not listening to me?
Well, obviously not. My God, how is there not one picture of us together?
Krieger's father was a Nazi scientist.
And JFK's father was a bootlegger.
What? That's like comparing apples to Nazi oranges.
Oranges, exactly. Do you like powdered orange breakfast drink?
No, not really.
How about microwave ovens, Neil Armstrong hook and loop fasteners?
Okay, you lost.
None of those things would have been possible without the Nazi scientists we brought back after World War II.
The Nazis invented Neil Armstrong?
Rockets, which put him on the moon. After the war ended, we were snatching up like hotcakes. You don't believe me? Walk into NASA sometime and yell Heil Hitler. Whoop! They all jump straight up. But Cyril, I know all about Dr. Krieger's origins, and I also know that nobody likes a tattletale.
Yes, Cyril.
And if there's one thing I've learned in all close,
Yeah, Cyril.
and possible genetic clones of Adolf Hitler, closer.
Yes, wait, what? Yeah, what? Oh my God, it was you. My 15th birthday. You were at the compound.
When they finish, bring me the boy.
The day my pet Dobermans accidentally ate my father.
Oh, Krieger. Nothing's. When I met after the war when I was in Italy with Gladio.
Who's that? His brother?
No.
Ew.
Are you finished?
Hang on. Ew. Now I'm done.
Operation Gladio. It was a NATO stay-behind mission set up to counter a possible Soviet invasion of Western Europe. But then it sort of turned into this whole weird crypto-fascist CIA shit show, starring Alan Dulles and a bunch of former Nazis. Thanks, Holly Hindsight.
What's the point? This the TV show Archer. This motherfucker.
All right. Welcome back. We should be good, hopefully. Welcome back.
Some of the forgotten data and archives that we have from when they did all of those terrible things, which if anybody thinks they stopped doing those terrible things, well, let's kind of wake up to reality. So let's go over what's in this 1952 memo and attachment and the various different types of mind control experiments the CIA was cooking up. And I want you to keep this in mind. If they're willing to take people and experiment on them, basically torture them to where they become vegetables or they can be controlled in some way, then it is not a leap to think that the U.S. government, Epstein, a lot of people are talking about Epstein and whether or not he was a Mossad asset, but also even a CIA asset, which is maybe why the government is covering up. So, the Trump administration's like, we got to cover up for Epstein because it really is a CIA operation as well as Mossad. It's not a leap to think that Epstein would be with the CIA doing all of these heinous crimes against children, young girls, against people, when clearly what we've seen time and time again is the CIA has absolutely no morals or ethics. They are above the law, and pedophile, no problem. Drugging people, no problem. Murdering people, no problem. All of that is no problem inside the CIA. So, okay, these documents, Special Research for Artichoke, dated April 21st of 1952, the memo and an attachment. Basically what these are is a senior TSS officer calls Artichoke of extreme importance and says no time should be lost in getting Artichoke research underway offering money and men to push projects forward. So this was very important to them. It says he, quote, did not wish official communications in these matters because he stated that they were too slow, asking instead for a brief informal memorandum of projects that could be done in-house or, they could farm them out to others. Now, the memo proposes developing drugs that were, quote, administered over a considerable period of time, possibly being placed in food or water that caused either in common items such as food, water, Coca-Cola, beer, liquor, cigarettes, etc., and should also be capable of use in standard medical treatments such as vaccinations and shots.
Yeah, vaccinations and shots.
Oh, those wild conspiracy theorists, they strike again. It calls for an exhaustive study of gases and aerosols and oxygen deprivation. Gas guns, jets, or sprays, both concealed or open, should be studied, it says, quote unquote, along with, quote, possible permanent brain injury and amnesias following lack of oxygen or exposure to other gases. They have no ethics. They have no humanity.
Yep, so don't. For real.
It suggests using pressure, sound, and vibration also as weapons. Quote,
yep, pressure, sound, and vibration also as weapons. Make sure y'all subscribe to Look Out for Charlie. I need to go back to Look Out for Charlie because they are fucking with you up. I mean, damn. They're fucking you up through waves and frequencies. The military have the voice of God weapon and motherfucking frequency weapons for crowd dispersal. And they have the motherfucking guy saying we put fake truth movements in the motherfucking terrain to trick troops. And all this shit leads to Project Bluebeam when they beam the voice into your head of the voice of God or Jesus or like whatever the fuck you believe, and they put that hologram in the sky. It's a wrap. How do it start? It starts by brainwashing with pictures and images and symbolism. So most people in the mind, like when you motherfucking see Jeebus, it's gonna be that motherfucker you've been brainwashed seeing all your goddamn life. But Project Bluebeam was about to go down in the mid-90s, but they was like, damn, we got to scrap this shit because we don't know how Allah look.
Sounds, concussion sounds, continuous suggestion, non-rhythmic brain that may produce illness, high fevers, delirium. Did we hear that the Nazis got absorbed into the CIA? Is that like one of those other conspiracy theories that's probably obviously really true? That the Nazis were basically recruited by the U.S. government and then they were either like shipped off to Argentina or we just absorbed them into the CIA. Clearly we absorbed them because these are Nazi-style experiments that the U.S. government was conducting. It explicitly proposes dietary manipulation also of prisoners, quote, the removal of certain basic food elements such as sugar, starch, calcium, vitamins, proteins from the food of an individual over a certain period of time will produce psychological and physical reactions. A study should be made to determine whether or not the removal of certain food elements from the diet of prisoners will materially condition them for artichoke work. Also notes that spiced food and extremely salty foods are constantly reported in intelligent reports in connection with interrogation and suggests that if certain deficiencies are advantageous, then especially canned foods having elements removed could be manufactured or prepared for individuals held in custody. So we could just experiment on them without them knowing. They claim that later on they're like, oh, it was consenting adults. Really? Then why are you sneaking this shit into their food?
Exactly.
And into the vaccines and into their medications? You wouldn't have to sneak it. It also treats electroshock as a possible weapon, even while calling it controversial. Asks whether it could be a positive weapon for gaining information from or control of an individual or whether it's another third-degree method. Suggests severe electroshock might make a vegetable, though the writer said he doubted if the agency would support this activity. So that's, okay, we do have to draw the line at electric shock. We can do all this other experimentation, which nobody will know about. It's sneaky. Sneak it into their Coca-Cola, sneak it into their beer, their cigarettes, their vaccines.
This motherfucker shit fuck with me. This must be some real shit. This gotta be the realest. This the Fuck the Gilman podcast. Let it go. Shit, this gotta be the realest. This the Fuck the Gilman podcast. Let it go back a little. Right, and I have to go back. Shit.
Oh, it also goes into lobotomy and brain surgery, of course. Says that the agency would, under no circumstances, consider it as an operative measure, but still wants the medical staff to examine the field and whether the Soviets could be using this technique as a weapon. It goes on. I mean, this just doesn't end. The insanity, the lack of ethics, morals, the inhumanity of this memo doesn't end. It doesn't end. I mean, this is just absolutely shocking. It talks about environmental and psychological warping, saying that more than just bright lights and white walls right, which is already pretty disturbing enough. It's for research on long and continuous exposure to infrared and ultraviolet light, opaque walls or walls upon which shadow movies could be projected, and the effect of colors upon individuals as a conditioning mechanism. Lists psychological setups to study moving or vibrating rooms, distorted rooms, like funhouses, the deliberate creation of an anxiety condition, the creation of panic, fear, or the exploitation of established phobias, the effect of heat and cold, the general problem of disorientation, completely soundproof areas. It seeks electronic detection and that if an electroencephalograph, do you know what that is? An electroencephalograph can show electroshock, head injury, drugging, or hypnosis. Has a device along the lines of a fountain pen combined with an effective chemical or drug, calling it a very valuable weapon. Quotes a gun article on German Scheintat, which is appearance of death. Pistols that use gas to render a man unconscious as quickly as holding an ether cone over his nose, and says this device should be run down to learn range, gas type, and coma duration. What? I mean, are you kidding me? These documents, I mean, these people are inhumane. They're sick. They're twisted. This is Nazi-like experimentation. This is terrible. And who were the subjects? Prisoners. They said that they were going to be using prisoners because nobody cares about prisoners who are locked up. So it doesn't matter. You know, now imagine the wrongfully accused, locked up wrongfully, and then they get experimented on. I mean, this is the stuff of nightmares. This is the shit we see in movies, and it turns out it's real. The government was just a proposed memo. They didn't say they were actually going to do it. They just talked about it elaborately. They didn't say they were actually going to do it. Well, that's where this other document comes in. And this one, in 1977, the CIA goes, we found 18 cartons full of documents that actually show the results of a lot of these experiments. So they did these. Our own government did these. And we call the Nazi experiments heinous and terrible, and what kind of terrible people would do this type of thing. And here we are doing it. And the 1977 tranche of documents that come out says, oh yeah, we did. And here's some of the evidence of that. Here's like the results. And of course, they probably didn't release and declassify the stuff, the good stuff. They kept that under wraps because they wanted to keep doing it. What is that they kept doing? What have they slipped into? Water and food. I mean, you know, like they tell us, it just, you know, this type of stuff, when you see this, it just makes you think, well, what are they not telling us? Like they've been putting fluoride in our water for a long time now. And they say, that's for your teeth. Really? Is it though? Or is it for something else? Does it keep us compliant? Is there some sort of study that was done that shows fluoride keeps you compliant? Maybe. Now that I'm reading this document, I wouldn't put it past the government. Slip a little fluoride in there. Tell them it's for cavities. They'll be fine. They'll thank you, actually. But in reality, we're just keeping the population suppressed so that they don't really have the need or desire to be political. They don't want to rise up against us. I mean, who knows? But when you read this stuff, you think, yeah, you know what? Everything at this point's a conspiracy. Government is kind of, and it's not just this is every power corrupts, absolutely. And when you put people in power, this is the human condition, unfortunately. Humans have done this. And this is what's really scary, is AI is going to know this. Like, AI is going to read through all this stuff, and they're going to be like, humans are a problem. We need to exterminate humans. I mean, that's like from a movie, but how many times have we seen movies play out in real life at this point? Right? So I wouldn't be shocked if AI comes to the conclusion that humans are destructive, unethical, immoral, terrible, we're just terrible, and that human beings should no longer exist. And then you'll have some AI that says, oh, they do some good things. You know, they'll kind of argue amongst each other before they decide to just pull the plug on us somehow. So yeah, they even say in their vaccines, now they weren't focused on that, but that was definitely one of the mechanisms that they discussed, is that being able to put mind control something inside of the vaccines. And that was discussed in the 1950s. Just imagine how advanced that technology is today. Now here is a clip of Dr. Asim Malhotra. And he is talking about how some people experienced a change in personality, that this was documented inside of Pfizer's own studies, that people experienced a change in personality after having the COVID vaccine.
One of the serious adverse effects from the vaccine, from Pfizer's own trial, Neil, in their own trial, the reanalysis, and in the World Health Organization's list of potential serious adverse effects, is psychosis. So some people, I think, are actually suffering from a side effect, which I would call delusion of benefit. Okay, let's define delusion. A fixed, firm, false belief that is held despite evidence to the contrary. And the evidence, Neil, is overwhelming. This vaccine is not safe and is not effective, and it needs to be stopped and pulled now. And the longer the establishment and carry on pushing this message, the longer it's going to take to regain trust.
Yeah. So there you have it. I mean, it's not a total conspiracy. After all, there's documented reports of it. Not saying that there was some sort of a mind-altering drug that was slipped into the vaccines, but one cannot discount the idea, considering the CIA the most shadowy organization in the world, has been playing around with experimentation of mind control for a long time. So it is not far-fetched for Americans to sit there and think, is the government trying to mind control me? I mean, maybe they are. And that is a legitimate question when you see documents like this. It's a completely fair, legitimate question. And one could even say it might not even be our own government do it, right? Maybe a foreign government is trying to mind control me. So I think we should be questioning everything, especially when they want to stick stuff into our bodies. And that, but then they're talking about putting it into food. I mean, they've been poisoning our food for a long time, but are they poisoning it with preservatives, they say? But what they're really trying to preserve is our compliance. And maybe they're slipping in some preservatives that preserve American compliance with their big government. Maybe. When you see this stuff, it's not outside of the realm of possibility. And I think that is the scary part about this. Representative Anna Paulina Luna has said, I think our next task force hearing will be on MK Ultra. Yeah, I think it should be too.
All right. Shouts out to everybody for the government podcast. You're going to end it right here. You know what I'm saying? I don't want my shit to cut off in the middle of a music. I know I want to play a couple tracks, but I was like, fuck it. I don't want my shit to keep on cutting off. Like the shit start cutting off as soon as I start playing the real shit. You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is. Shouts out to everybody that came through. Jordan, embrace the grace. It's been a minute, Grace. AVJ Network, you already know what it is. In a minute. And shout out to Live and Learn. I think Live and Learn popped up. And shout out to everybody else in the chat. Who that? Oh yeah, and much love to Foxy Moon. What's good? What's good? And I'm just scrolling up. I think that was it. And much love to my goddess Vonta. I will see you tonight before Detroit After Dark. You already know what it is. I'm doing now about maybe something to eat, work on some music. Hopefully we can have a track before I start Detroit After Dark. If not, I'll be almost finished, but I got some YouTube shorts though. Go look up on some YouTube shorts. I think my shit refilled after 7, if not now. But it's 4:20 right now. I'm about to roll on up. 4:20. Smoke one, roll one. It's 8:20 in the UK. 4:20 over here. Roll one, light one. Shouts out to everybody, and I'll catch y'all on the next one. This the Fuck the Government Podcast, episode 60. We reached a milestone, y'all. We 40 away from that 100. Now, I don't know why I don't put no numbers on my HHN. I just be going in on the HHN. I know I'm past 60 on that shit. For sure, I'm probably in the 100 club on that shit. But shouts out to everybody. And catch y'all on the next one. Much love to my goddess Vonta, my UK correspondent. You already know what it is, and I'll see you tonight, baby. Get that coffee and get ready for some new music, some more YouTube shorts, and shit. And catch y'all on the next one. Peace.